What's going on, guys? It's Kude here. Today, we're going to go over the upcoming challenges and events. We're going to go over the next 2 towers coming up in MK Mobile. You guys have been very excited to find out, and I want to tell you guys everything. Then we're going to go over what secret little challenge is coming out very shortly that you guys all need to play. I mean, beginners, late game, mid game, everyone needs to play this challenge when it drops. And there's also another secret event coming up. On top of that, we're going to discuss Onslaught Fujin's release date. He should be coming out very soon, so we'll talk about that as well. But first, we're going to show what that challenge is, because I know you guys are curious. It's after Kentaro. Kentaro comes after Classic Sonya. I showed it off in my last upcoming challenges video, but we're going to see what comes after Kentaro. Classic Shang Tsung. Yes, his challenge will be starting right after this Combat Pass season comes to a close. Okay, the challenge requirements are bronze characters only, silver and bronze characters only, silver characters only. Your team must have martial artist characters, and lastly, Johnny Cage must be in your team. Everyone has a Johnny Cage, right? Stunt double, A-list, Combat Cup, everyone has a copy of Johnny Cage. I hope so. So you can easily complete this challenge. You gotta. This is one of the best classic characters in the game. But even if you have a maxed out, you still need to play this challenge so you can get 3 extra copies. Then you can ascend him to Fusion level 15. Arguably one of the best ascensions that has been released recently, because we've had some really bad ascensions lately, and this guy is no exception. Okay, I would go over the hard and elder difficulties, but I have already done that before, so I'm going to link that in the top right corner of the screen. If you want to go see what his hard and elders difficulties are, you can go there, but I'm just going to skip it because we have some much bigger news to go over. So let's go over what the next 2 towers in MK Mobile are going to be. White Lotus Tower, Normal, and Fatal will be coming out very soon. Let's start with the Normal Tower. Alright, Tower 200 doesn't look any different than it did last time, and the boss is the exact same. This tower should not... Before we go over the rewards, let's go over the release date of the White Lotus Tower Normal. This tower will be starting on May 22nd at 9 a.m. Central Time, going on for 61 days, ending on July 22nd at 9 p.m. Central Time. 61 days. That's a long time for a normal tower. That means that there's a chance Cold Tower will be happening after Fatal, since Fatal is not as long as the normal tower. But there's also a good chance that the next update's going to be in late July, not June, not anywhere even near June. It's going to be in late July. I don't think it's going to be coming out like 20 days before White Lotus Tower ends. I feel like it's going to only drop like 3 days before White Lotus Tower Normal ends. So that's a good indicator of when the next update is, July. All right. Next up, the rewards have been changed, folks. The rewards have been changed. Let's go over them. Day of the Dead Aaron Black, I'm like mixed on that change. I think Black Dragon is better. He's able to be used in a variety of teams over Day of the Dead Aaron Black. He's still a very strong character, don't get me wrong, but I think Black Dragon is definitely better. So I'm mixed on that one. Fujin, good character to have at Tower 200. Next up, MK11 Liu Kang, solid. All right, solid character to have at Tower 200. And lastly, MK11 Shang Tsung. I'm mixed. He's a great support for the MK11 team, but he's not my favorite Shang Tsung. So yeah, mixed one here, mixed one. He's not going to be bad though. But there's also a random diamond reward. Keep in mind that the random diamond is always higher than these 4 characters because it's a normal tower. So the random diamond gets the highest chance. So you just get none of these characters typically, which is kind of sad because these are the characters you want to get from this tower. That's literally the point of this tower, is to get Fujin and Aaron Black and their gears. That's the point. So I don't understand why it's in the normal tower where the chance is not high at all. All right. So that's a normal tower. Do I think it's going to be super difficult? Let's go look at the modifier, right? It's just resilience. Debuffs on enemies are shorter. So if you apply Snare, if you apply Team Soak, something like that, it's not going to be as long. I don't think it's the worst one to have on. I think there's definitely worse modifiers out there. Sub-Zero does have Shintai of North on, so try to keep these 2 snared in, because otherwise, if you use an SP2, your whole team's going to be frostbitten. Not good. Not good. Next up, White Lotus Tower Fatal. Let's go over Tower 200 of White Lotus Tower. All right, the battle is the exact same. I don't know if Vampires is the most difficult modifier, but it might be. All right, it might be. Enemies drain your life and regain their own. Yeah, if they attack you, they should get some health back. So be careful of this tower. And the one reason this tower is so flippin' difficult is Nightwolf, because guess what he has on? Shintai of the North. However, I have a way to make this tower super easy. All you're going to want to do is apply this gear. Enigmatic Lantern. If you have this gear maxed out, all opponents need to collect 30% more power to fill up each power bar. This is going to be super useful to counter Shintai of North because they need to use a special attack too to trigger it. So what you're going to want to do is pretty much stack these 30% more power to fill each power bar. You can do that with Lizard Jade, this gear, and much more, just to prevent them from getting their specials as fast. Although that's going to be difficult for beginners because you have to have that gear maxed out, and most people will not. All in all, you should still have ways to get around that. It's just annoying, all right? It's just more annoying to deal with. I'll have some guides on how to beat this tower, no problem. We'll definitely be doing that. Now let's go over the tower's release date. The tower will be releasing on May 24th at 9 a.m. Central Time, going on for 37 days, ending on June 30th. So this tower is only going to get 37 days, and afterwards, I think Cold Tower might drop and just be side by side with White Lotus Tower. That's what I think is going to happen. Black Dragon Normal is going to be going on for just a little bit while longer when White Lotus Tower Normal drops. So this tower will still be in the game for just a little bit longer. Let's go over the tower rewards, which are drastically different than before. Circle Shadow Nightwolf. It's a weird one to have in here, but I think it's a good one. Hopefully people can start maxing out their Circle Shadow Nightwolf. He's an excellent character that I think most people are going to want to have maxed out. They also have MK1 Shang Tsung as a reward. This is perfect. We need more MK1 Shang Tsungs, and you can actually use them in this tower effectively for Fatal. Next up, Cold Scarlet. Cold Scarlet. I don't like her being in here at all. I don't. She relies on dots, so you can't use her in towers. Really, SP1 only works with dots. SP2, it does practically no damage. Not in a boss battle. Not in a boss battle. In normal battles, it does fine, but no, not in bosses. Cold Tower should be coming out when Fatal ends, so I think it's just weird to have her in here at all. I don't like it. Classic movie Sonya Blade. What is she doing in here? I don't get it. These rewards don't make any sense. But Classic movie Sonya is liked by most of the community. I found that surprising, to be honest. So I guess it's kind of cool to have her in here. And lastly, Ace of Knaves Joker. Ace of Knaves Joker is an excellent character that can even beat Black Dragon Tower Fatal all by himself. It will take like 30 or 40 attempts, but beginners can genuinely beat Fatal Tower because this character blocks them from regenning. Freaking amazing. Freaking amazing, dude. So Ace of Knaves Joker being here, I have no problem with that. If any character needs to be switched out, I think it needs to be Cold Scarlet or Classic movie Sonya. And they need to put Fujin and Black Dragon Aaron Black in here because those would have been much better choices, in my opinion. You also get one copy of an epic, but did you guys know that before this update 5.3.1 came out, there was two rares in here. Just like Black Dragon Tower Fatal, they made the same exact mistake and there were two rares. Either they made the same mistake while compiling the game, or it was intentional, because how would they make the same mistake twice? Let's move on to what is the secret event coming up in MK Mobile, and that would be Reptile event, baby. Reptile event will be returning on May 24th at 11 a.m. Central Time, going on for 7 days, ending on May 31st at 11 a.m. Central Time. 7 days exactly. The last thing we need to talk about is Onslaught Fujin. Onslaught Fujin has not been teased, announced, or even talked about by MK Mobile in any way, shape, or form. But what they said when the update first released in the patch notes was that he was going to be releasing in May. Well, it's May. Where is he? I think personally that Onslaught Fujin is going to be coming out in late May. I don't mean like mid-May, I mean late May. The 20th or the 30th is when I think Onslaught Fujin will be releasing. And where will he be releasing? How will you be able to get Onslaught Fujin? Firstly, he's going to drop in the crypt mode, right? You'll be able to buy him as one of the rewards in here. you'll just be like one of these gold rewards, all right? That's where Onslaught Fujin is going to drop for free, but you can only get one copy of him doing that. The next way to get Onslaught Fujin is in the paid pack section. He will have a $10, 20% chance, just like every single gold they release. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. I think they should let you purchase 3 copies in the crypt. That's what I think. It should refresh 3 times. That would be fair to people who want to get a couple of copies, but don't want to spend money. Because you can get a couple copies of the MK1 Shang Tsung, but you can only get 1 copy. 1 copy, that's it, of Onslaught Fujin. It makes 0 sense. He's a gold character. Why would it be more work to get him when he releases? Like, whatever. But I'm ready for Onslaught Fujin. My man with the buckle, the belt, the abs, the shirtlessness. If you're wondering why he didn't release in early May, when White Lotus Tower comes out, which is going to be May 22nd, wouldn't it make sense to drop him on May 22nd? Because guess what tower this is? White Lotus. To get Fujin's brutality. So the gold version of Fujin is going to release side by side with White Lotus Tower. Doesn't that make sense? To me, that makes sense. Anyways, guys, that's me for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. And yeah, peace out.